good evening, YouTubers watchers, or good evening, watchers. Um, I've just finished watching this movie, right? And yeah, it's one of those movies that I'll give a rating in a bit. Good or bad. It's one of those movies that you watch and you think, oh, what's the show about? And the film I've just finished, this is a movie vehicle. This is CRADLE of Fear. I've just been finished watching this. It's an interesting movie. It's a British horror film. It's the best British horror film since always. I don't know. I disagree with that. It's very gory though. I was like surprised. It's about this character called Kempo. He's in this like Hassan in prison kind of like. It's more like Asylum. And he wants revenge on people who put him away. But the thing is, the film confused the hell out of me. Because the film kind of like starts off like in a, you see the intro, the beginning of the film, you see this character, this young character, and that's him. You wonder, who the hell is that? It's explained right at the end of the film who he is. Might have a few spoilers in this. You see him like this woman being sick, right? And I was eating some food, right? I was eating something, and it had the same colour as a sick. In the movie, I was like, yeah. When you eating something, and then it's disgusting. Anyway, she gets murdered by this. He grabs hold of her, but it's like a shadow thing, and he murders her. But then the film gets really nasty because he goes in the alleyway, right? Some people follow him, right? And then he murders them too, right? This character. And he kind of really gory there. He completely tears these two guys up. I admit the effects were fantastic. The way they did this, so the effects are definitely a 9 out of 10 for the effects. Great. Some effects will looked a bit hokey. The car chase. One part of this car like goes through traffic, and it looks like a car like it doesn't look real. It doesn't look real, that's for sure. But they could have just used the freaking, a miniature or something. Like just crashed it, so it would have looked more realistic than that. But anyway, it's still pretty good. That scene was. No, it's like the film jumps to certain characters and who get kind of either killed or do the murders and stuff, and it's kind of like that. And the film doesn't really. The problem is the film doesn't explain much apart from the fact that he wants revenge and stuff like that. It's weird. It's like that's the only thing that the film doesn't do well on is the storyline, because sometimes when you watch the film, man, sometimes they explain the backstory pretty well in certain shows and films and stuff like Once Upon a Time, and they always do it well with these backstories why the character turns out the way they do. But this doesn't really. Anyway, it's like at the beginning. It's like the first part was like you see these two girls, and for some reason they're like this guy. Yeah, they like him, and one of them tries to have sex with her. She takes him like a drug or something. Next one, they try to have sex, right, and he starts transforming into this weird, and he does something to her. I don't know, he impregnates her or something. So they can have sex and so like. It's gonna be a quick review. Anyway, so she kind of wakes up. She's having a shower, and then she starts bleeding. And then she kind of walks by the street. She starts seeing hallucinations, right? And she goes to her friend's house. And this scene was quite nice to see. It was like, oh, please, 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 please. When two women together and they think something's going to happen. The straight girls, but something might happen. That kind of happens in the films. When you wish for something to happen to you two characters, you think, please happen. Oh, man. But anyway, they're in bed together, right? The next minute, something's going to come out. Some of the effects are fantastic. I admit the effects are really well done for a British film too. I think it's still behind American movies, but still, horror films, even Japanese movies actually, because I think Japanese when it comes to horror, wow, they, Asians. Anyway, something's trying to come in, but she wakes up right next minute. She's going, can you touch that? Can you touch a bit lower? And she's touching her stomach, right? I'm like, oh my goodness. When you get your attention, that gets your attention. You go. You have to watch a certain scene, and you go, okay, this is interesting. Anyway, she's touched to the stomach, right? Now, next minute, she starts, like, touching her belly. I'm thinking, okay, this is getting through. The next minute, they go on thinking, something cuts the fingers off, right? And the next minute, something starts to come out of her stomach. Then she starts stabbing herself. Really gory it was, really nasty. Next minute, something starts to come out of her stomach. It's freaky. Kills the other, next minute, he kills the other girl, then that's it, and then, it's weird. Then it jumps on to another two characters. I can't remember who it was now. I think it's two couple. These two couple who, they run over this car, right? They're driving a car, right? They run over him, right, by accident. The next minute, he gets out of the car, right? you think he's gonna check on it, the poor guy who's just been run over. Right, next minute, he goes. He looks like his car. Goes, oh, it's alright, no scratch on his car, and drives off. And she's like, oh, okay. But actually, that scene was pretty funny because they had me going there. What else happens? Next minute, they're trying to have sex with this turn on. The next minute, he ain't got a leg on. It's weird. He's got no legs, so he goes to this guy's house. He wants his leg. It's weird. I thought, why the hell would you go to someone's house to get their leg? It's crazy. The film has some crazy moments in it, but it does have some fantastic gore effects. So I was impressed. No CGI or anything. Just wow. It looks quite realistic too. I'm like, it made me a little bit uncomfortable to watch because the part where he starts cutting through his leg, it just looks so. It looked like something from Saw, you know, really well done. I love the Saw films. You can shit on as much films as you like, but I just love those movies. Saw films, Chucky films, fantastic. So yeah, the gore effects are fantastic though. That I would give it high praise for. And then there's like these two girls. Does that happen afterwards? I think the two girls happened just before that scene. There was two girls who get into this guy's house and they're trying to get money from his house. Next minute, they murder him, right? And then the other girl murders the other one. It's like that kind of a murdering orgy. Weird. These two women, the part where they're having a bath together, I think, okay. There's like blood in they wash all the blood out. It's crazy. There's this other guy called there's this like detective and his son's like in trouble, so I don't know. He's got a son in it and he's on this channel like it's like deep web, and he watches all these disturbing videos and stuff, and he starts getting obsessed with it, and he beats up this girl. Then he starts beats up this girl who works there, and then he goes to this internet cafe, and then he starts watching like weird stuff like that. It's weird. And he's talking to himself. This girl outside and is like, you know, what's wrong? It's crazy. Quite attractive one, by the way. So yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. The film's crazy, but apart from that, the gore effects are fantastic. If you want gore, violence, go for it. But if you want storyline, no, it doesn't have much of a story because it doesn't do it that well. That's the only problem with this film. The storyline. It was like they tried to make it tongue-in-cheek horror, but it didn't. The storyline didn't work for me. But apart from that, the effects are brilliant. So, yeah. Yeah, it's this guy. This was Kempo, is it? And that guy's his son. I was like a bit surprised. There's a bit of a spoiler there. The guy's his son. And the last part was pretty cool too. That part was probably pretty cool ending. That last part was crazy. But apart from that, like I said, the storyline isn't more that well done either. Sometimes watch a horror film, the storyline has to be important just as much as the action. You know, interesting. But this film doesn't do that well. So yeah. So I think the rating I'll give this film out of 10. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because I still think it's pretty watchable still. Not perfect. Usually the other videos I always give it like 7 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10. I've not much give many films that lower rating, but I think the storyline lets it down. Apart from that, the gore effects are fantastic. It's got some great, decent performances. And it's got some good death scenes, so yeah. Apart from that, it's not the best. You know, the storyline doesn't quite match up to the back of it, what it says, because you expect. I was expected to see the guy in prison. He breaks out, and he murders the people, like, you know. But it doesn't. That doesn't really happen. It's like a really weird storyline. It's mixed up, kind of. Like. So yeah, 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 for that. It's still pretty watchable. You might actually like it. Whoever watches, you might like it. I don't know. I did like it, but so it's one of those films that I'd probably not watch again. No. Not like Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser, Friday the 13th, and films like Halloween is another good. Phantasm, I love Phantasm. Saw films I like, really do like actually. Not a patch on those films, but. So anyway, so that's it, my review of Cradle of Fear. If you like it, fine. If you don't, man. Anyways, comments about it. If you ever seen that, what do you think of it? So, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Hope you have a nice day, guys. I've got stuff to do. I'm gonna go to the garden. I've had a busy day earlier, so I was like, so I'm a little bit. So, have a nice day, guys. I sort of, you know, wear and tear right now. Have a nice day, and hope you have a nice evening. So, and take care. We be well, and don't let any serial killers chase after you. If you do, just run and go and get the hell out of this. So, have I don't know what I'm on about. So anyway, guys, enjoy. Anyway, watchers. I'll call you watchers from now on. I think. Kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know, the Watcher. I don't know. I just like the name Watchers. Okay, watchers. Have a nice day and take care. And I've got one more thing. I've got like. I'm gonna decorate. I might decorate my bag a bit. You know, the new bag. I might decorate and put stuff in that I like. You know, like badges and stuff. So make it a bit more excited. And one day I'll show you what I've done with it. So anyway, have a nice day, watchers, and take care and be well. I'm gonna have to go on my merry way. And take care and have a nice evening. Bye.